Hi, I'm Nick Grabovat, your personal guide to the art and science of mindfulness. In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what the heck is mindfulness? Now, mindfulness is really going mainstream. I mean, it seems like almost every day now there's a new mindfulness book popping up on Amazon. But what is mindfulness really? And is there more to it than slowly eating a raisin or paying attention to your breath? Now, the simplest and most accurate definition of mindfulness that I've come across is mindfulness is an alert, receptive, equanimous observation of the present moment. I can hear what you're thinking now. Nick, what the heck is that supposed to mean? Well, let me unpack that a bit for you. I think we all get what alert means, although in practice, there's a lot of subtleties hidden in that word. For example, how do you know while meditating or even while going about your day that you're actually alert or fully present rather than kind of hazy or dull or not fully here? Well, keep watching because I'm going to show you an easy way to find out later in this video. Now, the next part of mindfulness is to be receptive, and this means that you try to accept everything that pops into your awareness. Instead of resisting the things that you'd rather not experience, you do your best to stay curious and interested in them. And this receptivity is related to the third part of the definition of the word mindfulness, which is equanimous observation. Equanimous observation means to accept everything that appears in your awareness and treat it all with an equal interest. I mean, that's what equanimity is. Now, this is a huge topic in itself, so I'm only going to touch on some of the basics here. While being mindful, you do your best to accept whatever enters your awareness and just observe it as it is. See if you can just let it be without trying to resist it or change it in any way. And when you do this, you'll discover something remarkable. And that is, the things that we normally experience as unpleasant, such as, say, anger or sadness, anxiety, irritation, frustration, and so on, are made up of two parts: physical sensations in the body and thoughts in the mind. Now, the physical sensations, they're composed of feelings of pressure, temperature, prickles and itches, and so on. And they're changing all the time, coming and going all on their own. And with mindfulness on board, you realize that these physical sensations, while sometimes quite intense, are not nearly as bad as you thought they were, and they don't last nearly as long as you had expected. And just seeing that makes these sensations much more tolerable, much more manageable, because you've seen firsthand that they're short-lived. Now, the thoughts, well, they're like little stories that we tell ourselves. They go round and round, repeating again and again, kind of like a dog chasing its tail. When you observe these thoughts mindfully, you notice, just like with the physical sensations, that they pass away all on their own, and often quite quickly. Now, while the thoughts are present, if you buy into their content, if you believe them or take them as truth, well, they can cause a lot of agitation and can make you really miserable. But you notice that if you just watch them with that receptive equanimity of mindfulness, well, you notice that they're just thoughts. They're just mental objects that come and go on their own, and as long as you let them be and don't mess with them, they don't really have any power. So, for example, what if you're feeling kind of irritated? Well, you can just observe that feeling rather than trying to do something to fix it. Really be curious about it. Try to discover what exactly feeling irritated is like in this moment. How does it manifest in the body and in the mind? Be like a scientist who's trying to understand what irritation actually is and really get to know it without trying to get rid of it or avoid it or suppress it. Notice I said in this moment, and that's key. You're being mindful of what your experience is right now, not what you'd like it to be in the future or what it was like at some point in the past. You're focused on now, here, this moment. Equanimity is observing with equal interest whatever you're experiencing in the moment, whether it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neither. And that means not trying to hold on to the pleasant experiences to make them last longer, not trying to avoid or change or get rid of the unpleasant ones, and not spacing out with the neutral ones or looking for something more interesting to pay attention to. So mindfulness involves being alert, accepting whatever comes into awareness in this moment, and allowing it to be there without changing the experience in any way. Now, of course, none of us start with this level of skill. It's something that develops over time. And that's why consistent daily practice is so important. Now, there's a lot more to say about mindfulness, but that's probably more than enough for now. In a future video, I'll get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually practice and develop mindfulness for yourself. Oh, and before I forget, I promise to show you an easy way to tell if you're alert or fully present. A really easy test for this is what I call the SNAT, or the Sudden Noise Alertness Test. If you hear a sudden noise, such as a door slamming, or car honking, either while you're meditating or even just going about your day, and it causes you to suddenly be startled, that means that you weren't actually really alert. You weren't fully present in the moment. At least part of you was in la-la land. That's because when you're completely alert, fully present, any sudden sensory input, such as a loud noise, doesn't startle you at all. Unless, of course, the noise is really loud and it's close to you. So if, like most of us, you happen to live in a noisy urban environment, you can turn that to your advantage and use the SNAT to see how alert you are during the day and in your meditation practice. That's it for this video. Be sure to tune in next time when I talk about how to meditate in order to develop your mindfulness skills. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up here on YouTube and leave a comment below. It's always awesome to get feedback on my videos. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that way you won't miss out on any new videos as they go live. I'm Nick Grabovac, and thanks so much for watching.